Cory Sandhagen and Yadong song prediction and breakdown with some betting tips as well, because we just got a lot of the betting odds to get released. We got the over-unders, we got the fight goes to a decision odds, the KO TKO odds, the decision odds, and things like that. And we also have some of those, scorecards, no action ones, which is actually even at minus 115 and minus 115. So we're going to look at the bets at the end of this video, but before then, we will be doing the breakdown as well as the prediction. Cory Sandhagen, Yadong song. Now, attributes are obviously going to go Cory Sandhagen. In terms of physical attributes, again, yeah, it's going to go Cory Sandhagen here. Very tall, very lengthy. Going to force Song Yadong to go out there just with a heavy pressuring game plan if he's going to be able to land those big shots that he was able to against Julio Arce, against Marlon Moraes, against even Marlon Vera in their fight. If he's going to be able to land those big shots, potentially get the knockout, and even use those big whooping shots and big hooks, left hooks, right hooks, uppercuts to win the fight either by decision or by KO or TKO, he's going to need to find a way to close that distance. He's going to need to find a way to close the distance on Cory Sandhagen here. And we know how good Cory Sandhagen is at timing. That's what I was talking about ever since his win against Frankie Edgar. All I could talk about was timing for this guy, because he times his punches, he times his kicks, he times his knees with such good accuracy, such good precision that, I mean, it's almost very hard to really contemplate going into that range of Cory Sandhagen, because he can easily go out there and catch you with something coming in like a flying knee in 28 seconds. He found out that Frankie was going one way, was able to get Frankie Edgar to go that way, and eventually, right when Frankie went for the takedown, he threw the flying knee. He got Marlon Moraes to walk right in to a spinning wheel kick in that fight as well. I mean, dude, this fight with Yadong Song and Cory Sandhagen is a dangerous one for Yadong Song, given how fast Cory Sandhagen to think up a good, huge, whooping kick, a flying knee, a spinning wheel kick, whatever the case may be. At any moment, Yadong Song can be patiently looking forward, trying to pressure Cory Sandhagen, and so Cory could go out there and easily catch him coming in with something big like that and knock him out. Do I think that's going to happen? No, but that is one thing that Cory has that Yadong Song doesn't, because Yadong is going to be pressuring, and he has the options to throw those big shots and things like that. But in the same time that he's throwing those big shots, he's not going to be the same height. He's not going to be the same reach of Cory Sandhagen, so he's going to be missing a lot more of those shots. Cory's going to be landing with a lot more of his shots, with the jabs, with the 1-2s and things like that, as well as the possibility of even catching Yadong Song as he's coming in with a big shot like a flying knee, like a wheel kick or something like that. So it's an interesting one. I've seen a lot of people, including in my comment section right now, saying that Song Yadong is going to go out there and TKO Cory Sandhagen in the fight. Maybe just land the bigger shots. The judges will see the bigger shots and give him the win on the judges' scorecards. But again, wins over Julio Arce, Marlon Moraes are totally different to that of a Cory Sandhagen, to that of a Marlon Chito Vera. He's not going to go out there and knock out Cory Sandhagen. If you look at the height, if you look at the reach of Marlon Moraes and Yadong Song in their fight right here, look, I mean, Yadong Song had the height advantage over Marlon Moraes. He had the reach advantage over Marlon Moraes. Marlon could not successfully counter without getting tagged back by Yadong Song, and that's why he was eventually knocked out with that uppercut, which is why, again, he's only getting these knockout wins over smaller, less lengthy guys because they're not able to counter the way that a Cory Sandhagen will be able to. Julio Arce, another guy, pretty decent in terms of the reach right there, but not even near what Cory Sandhagen is going to be in terms of his height and in terms of his reach right there, as he is going to be the same reach as Julio Arce, but a lot taller than Julio Arce was in their fight. So, again, like I've been talking about this whole entire video, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough for Yadong Song to find that range, to find that distance, to be able to close that range, close that distance, and land a hook, land an uppercut, land an overhand right on Cory Sandhagen and knock him out. I mean, heck, it took Petr Yan quite a while to be able to find that range to land his shots in their fight. He lost round number 1 because of it. So, I do think round one will go Cory Sandhagen. I think possibly Yadong Song can win a few of those early rounds, like round two, round three. He can possibly edge out some of those ones. But as soon as it gets to the championship rounds, that's where Yadong Song's power is going to start to slow down due to his cardio going down a little bit. Again, you've heard it a lot. Power punchers get worse with time as the fight goes on. Counter punchers and technical strikers get better as time goes on during the fight. So I do believe round one, just because it's going to be hard for Yadong Song to find that range, find that distance to come in on Cory Sandhagen in the fight. Well, we'll give Cory Sandhagen round number one, but round two and round three, Yadong will probably be able to find that range and potentially win one of round one, one of round two, and one of round three, and possibly win some of those rounds. But as soon as it gets to those championship rounds, after Yadong Sung has already thrown a lot of big shots, looking for the knockout, looking to crack the chin of Cory Sandhagen, well, that's where round four, round five, that is where the powerful punchers start to lose their edge in terms of power, because then they're starting to get really loopy, and the guy that is throwing less loopy punches, straight punches beat looping punches every single time, and that is the case here against Yadong Song for Cory Sandhagen, is that he's going to be throwing the straight punches in round four and in round number five. And I don't think Yadong will be able to land his shots in round four and in round five. So I think Cory Sandhagen will be able to win round number one, win round number four, and win round number five. That's already a 48-47. But I do think he will win one of round number two or one of round number three as well to win a 49-46 on two judges' scorecards, and then a 48-47 on another judge's scorecards. I do believe Yadong Song eventually will be like a title challenger guy in the UFC's bantamweight division. If he can really work on his wrestling and his takedowns and things like that, and work on his cardio. I mean, we haven't really got to see his cardio get tested. It definitely will in this fight, but I think the fight goes all 5 rounds. Yadong pressuring, Cory countering Yadong in the outside, and I really highly doubt we're gonna see grappling here. I mean, when was the last time Cory Sandhagen went for a takedown? I don't even remember the last time that happened, but he did show some good submission offense against TJ Dillashaw, so there is that chance, there is that possibility. I mean, he had a good, I believe it was a knee bar or an ankle lock or something like that on TJ Dillashaw that did some damage, but this fight with Yadong Song, I don't think we're going to see any wrestling, any grappling or anything like that. 5 rounds of striking. I got Cory Sandhagen winning this fight in the UFC's bantamweight division by unanimous decision. And now to look at the betting odds, the betting tips for this fight. Money line, it's dog or pass in my opinion. I do believe minus 200 for Cory Sandhagen is just not enough value to put him in a parlay, to put him in a money line bet at that. Minus 160, I would consider it, but I like something more like minus 140, minus 135. If I were to put any money on the money line of Cory Sandhagen, like over 1.5, over 2.5, this has some value. Minus 275 could be a parlay piece, so that's not too bad for Cory Sandhagen right there. Goes to a decision, I'd rather not. I'd rather not do any of the goes to a decision right there. Just rather put midway through the fight, because there is a possibility we could see a finish later on in this fight. If there's going to be a finish, I think it'll be late. But yeah, it would either be starts round 3 in the parlays or over 2.5 in the parlays. Sandhagen by TKO, no, it's not going to happen. Song by TKO, no, not going to happen there. Submission, no. I highly doubt we're seeing a submission in this fight from either guy. Yadong Song inside the distance, it's possible. I mean, KO TKO isn't too bad of a look for Yadong Song to win the fight. But the only thing I would really contemplate doing for this fight would probably be the parlay piece. I don't like any of this. Fight ends in a specific round. Scorecard is no action, be minus 115, minus 115. I really don't like the look out of any of those other bets. Only thing I like out of this fight is the parlay piece of over 2.5 rounds. That is it. That is about it. I think we're going to see this fight go into the championship round, so maybe even do fight starts round 4 if you want to get a little bit of a better odds than minus 283, but that's about it. Those are the only bets I would make for the fight. That is a prediction, the breakdown, and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.